Our countdown to the coronation continues now with a Samantha Markle exclusive. Now, just hours ago, the tight-knit Markle family went public with the depth of hurt they've experienced at the hands of the estranged runaway royal Meghan. Among the heart-wrenching moments of their bombshell Australian documentary was this admission from Meghan's father, Thomas, who rediscovered his voice after a crippling stroke to condemn her for, quote, killing and then mourning Thomas while he's still alive and ignoring his deathbed plea.
In the book, Harry describes Meghan as mourning the loss of her father.
Yeah.
I knew my way around grief, and there was no mistaking it. This was pure grief. She was mourning the loss of her father.
Sounds as though you're dead.
Yeah, exactly. She killed me and then mourned me.
After a lengthy period away from the public eye, Meghan recently made a convenient return to the spotlight just weeks before King Charles's coronation. She signed to a new Hollywood talent agency, boasted a bold new look, and enjoyed a public date night, complete with a cringe kiss cam stunt at the basketball. So, Samantha, it's great to talk to you tonight, fresh off the back of your very emotional TV reunion just 24 hours ago. But do you think your sister has engaged in a deliberate PR campaign in recent weeks to overshadow the coronation? And what would be your message to her tonight?
Well, I can't speak for her, but yeah, it seems like, you know, a PR opportunity in close proximity to the coronation. I'm just going to say, you know, she and Harry are notorious for channeling Diana. And I wondered to myself, what would Diana say at a time like this? I can't help but believe she would say, Harry, Meghan, shush. Just allow your father and Queen Camilla to be happy and to enjoy this. And so, you know, I think they just have to let go. Our family certainly didn't want anything going on with family matters to upstage the coronation. In fact, my father has extended his well wishes and blessings moving forward. I think it's going to be an exciting time, and it should be allowed to be. So Harry and Meghan, in my opinion, need to just step back, keep all of the drama aside, and be considerate, be unselfish, be loving, be forgiving for whatever, you know, you hold in the way of a grudge, and just move forward. You know, this is an incredibly historic and beautiful time. So, and if you can't do that, well, don't know what to tell you. Shame on you. Grow up, let go. You know, everybody says, let Harry and Meghan live and let live. Well, that works both ways. So let's see if they can do it.
Because the thing for me, Samantha, is I know how Meghan operates. It's very obvious. It's very transparent. She went away for months and months and months. She could have delayed her re-emergence into the public eye until after the coronation, but she purposefully has decided to do these string of announcements. What do you think is driving your sister at the moment? Is she jealous that she's not going to be part of the coronation? Or is she purposefully wanting to turn the focus onto her and away from Charles and Camilla because of her bitterness over what went on when she was in the royal family?
Well, in my opinion, that's always been the case. You know, it always seemed to me whenever they didn't get their way, there was some public drama. But let's go back and look at the fact that there were always plans, seemingly, to go back to Hollywood. There were deals being made on the side while in royal duty. And so, you know, I mean, I think they should have cut to the chase and done all of that a long time ago. She should have returned to Hollywood a long time ago and saved everybody the grief. But especially now, you know, it's just good on her if she thinks it's such a wonderful thing. I think it's a step down. I think it's a resignation because she knows she couldn't get her way. And I think everybody now, I think the monarchy will thrive. I think Great Britain will do wonderfully. And I just think it's karma. You know, I think she failed at getting revenge. I don't think she got revenge. I think it reflected poorly on her. And she and Harry need to wish them well now and just move on. It's really time to grow up.
It really is.
Yeah.
And I have to say, Samantha, I found your TV reunion, the Markle reunion yesterday, very emotional, actually. It really touched me to see Thomas speak like that. I have always thought Thomas is a good man who has been wronged by his daughter, but he was still prepared to offer this olive branch to Harry, who's been so cruel about him, and to his daughter. It was very clear he just wants a final reunion, a final chance to be able to speak in person. So it obviously broadcast nearly 24 hours ago now. Have you as a family heard anything from Meghan or Harry?
Well, I'm just going to say, I think a lot of the public misconstrued that as groveling. This is how parents are. King Charles is no different. When you have rogue children, you love them, you want them to do the right thing, and you're always extending the olive branch. But that doesn't mean they don't have to be accountable. So what that special left out was, yes, he would love to be able to speak to her and make things better. He's not responsible solely for fixing it. I think the burden is on her, the burden is on Harry to make things right with the royal family, with our family. And so that being said, there wasn't enough said in that broadcast in this special that my father wanted to say, but the burden is on her to apologize, to change. She always said, be the change you want to see in the world. Well, talk is cheap. Do it. Be the change you want to see in the world. And that means being accountable. So, I think my father and King Charles both feel that way. And sadly, they can wear brave faces, but it's always hurtful. But the burden now is on Harry and Meghan to change and to apologize. And that's my opinion.
Have they been in touch?
Well, of course not. Of course not.
I guess we can always hold out hope that maybe they would see it and change, because to me, the Markle family came across like a good and honest family, a family that they should want to be a part of. But look, Sam, sorry, you go.
Yeah, here's the caveat, though. If they do, it has to be sincere. It can't be for a photo opportunity or a PR stunt. It's good for them and it's good for everyone around them. It's got to be a win-win. They have to do it for themselves, too, for the children, for the royal family, for our family, for the world. Be the change you want to see in the world.
Sam, I couldn't agree more. Sam, I just wanted to show you this PR stunt from last week at the basketball, where your sister seemed to turn away from Harry when he tries to go in for a kiss. What did you make of this moment, Samantha?
Oh, wow. Well, I think any body language expert, anybody would. It's so different and so inconsistent with her character, because previously in all photographs, she was, pining over him, putting her hands all over him, grabbing his hand, grabbing his back. So what's up with this? Is this a symbol of separation? This is different. This is seemingly a statement on her part that she's not all that touchy-feely right now towards him, and it's kind of sad. So maybe that's telling the rest of the world, all of us, that they are at an impasse and maybe they're making decisions to part. They have to work that out. But in the meantime, they have to work out how they treat everybody around them, not only for the past, but moving forward. And so hopefully maybe counseling intervention could help. Time to change.
Yeah, good point, because it really interests me. And I'll play you the clip and you can react off the back. But Gayle King, who is, their BFF in the American media, has been forced over the past week to speak publicly and actually deny that there's any issues in Harry and Meghan's relationship. Have a watch of this, Samantha.
That Meghan and Harry are living their truth, and I think that they will make the best decisions for themselves. That's what I think. Right. I think they're very solid. And they don't consult me about decisions. They make their own decisions, and so far, they're doing what works and what's best for them.
So Gayle King says they're solid, But were you surprised she would feel she had to say that at all if everything was okay?
Well, I mean, that was ridiculous because in the same breath, she also said they don't consult with me about their decisions. So what Gayle King was really saying was, I have no idea. So she shouldn't have said anything. You know, I think that was just diplomatic fluff. In other words, it meant nothing.
It was interesting, wasn't it, when she said that, speaking their truth. I always find this so fascinating, Samantha. Like, what does that even mean? They don't have their truth. There is the truth. And I think we saw again last night, for example, they have told lie after lie about the Markle family. So what does their truth mean? That they live in a world where lies are acceptable?
That's the world now, Dan. It's the woke world. Everybody's truth is their truth, their perception. Dylan Mulvaney, the whole biological thing. Let's ignore science. It's my truth. Let's get real. There's the truth, there's reality, there's science, and you can be running whatever script in your head you want if you're woke. That doesn't mean it's the truth, but fine. We'll defer to, okay, that's your truth, but it's not the truth in most cases. So that's kind of funny.
Yeah, it is. And actually, Samantha, finally, that was one thought that I was having, actually. Do you think one of the reasons that Meghan backed away from the Markles and backed away from you in particular is because you don't share her worldview? You know, one of the reasons I think you're so great, and I follow your comments all the time, is that you're anti-woke. You know, you don't sign up to all of her hard left madness. Do you think she was potentially embarrassed of you and the family politically?
No. I don't think she has hard left views. I think that is posturing because I doubt she would allow her kids to be gender mutilated. I doubt very much that, in other words, her whole life has been predicated on a life of privilege in our family and those whom she associated with. And never at any time was there a demonstration of woke ideology and narrative. So it seems to be a trendy thing, a bandwagon to jump on to garner false alignment or to feel a sense of groupness. I don't think it's sincere. Maybe she'll grow out of it. Maybe she won't. But I personally don't see her espousing woke ideology. It's rhetoric. It's just talk, seemingly. Yes. If I'm wrong, somebody please disagree with me, but she hasn't demonstrated.
Yeah. Well, that's the difference with our side of the argument, isn't it, Sam? We're prepared to have the disagreements. They're not. But look, very powerful tonight, and I really hope she listens to you, Stop the PR stunts until next week. Let this be about King Charles. Sam Markle, I love your work. Please pass on my good wishes to your father. Our heart broke for him last night, and I know many people and many millions of people in the UK feel the same.
Thank you for having me. God bless. God bless King Charles and Queen Camilla. And we'll move forward excited about the coronation. Thank you, Dan.
Absolutely. Samantha Markle.